Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time and where you are listening to us from. Welcome to Emizari News. We bring you the topmost of the top news that happen all over the world as the indigenous people of Biafra louds Abia women for carrying out a protest on behalf of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi. Of course, you remember that Aba women were the people that did the riot of 1990 something because of Nigeria, and now they have come out again with the fearless, brave of nature of theirs that have been from their generation since time began, and they are now to the street of Abia State that Nnamdi should be released unconditionally, and the indigenous people of Biafra allows them. Or listen to the news proper as we bring it to you. Bring it to you as it is. The indigenous people of Biafra, under the umbrella of Ipob, has commended women from Abia State who took to street on Wednesday to hold a peaceful protest and demand the unconditional release of its leader, Nnamdi. According to a statement by indigenous people of Biafran spokesperson Emma Powerful on Saturday, the women staged the protest in Abia, where they also demanded for a sovereign state of Biafra. While applauding the women's action, Ipob restated that its members and Southeast residents would not be intimidated by the federal government in their resilient protest against Kanu'S incarceration. The statement partly read, "We, the indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, under the command and leadership of Nnamdi, commend the women in Abia State over their doggedness and resoluteness towards the peaceful and prayerful protest held in Abia State, where they demanded government of Nigeria and its Attorney General Abubakar Malami to release Nnamdi, whom the court of the land have discharged and acquitted. We equally thank those who initiated this idea and all who contributed to ensure that the protest was peacefully coordinated. Nigeria government must know that there is nothing they will do to cover us into submission. We must continue to demand for our rights to self-determination, no matter the brutality they made or out on us. The indigenous people of Biafra is out to liberate both men and women, and we are ready to do anything humanly possible to liberate the land of Biafra from Nigeria." My people, now so we have seen it today in Tassin News. The indigenous people of Biafra, of course, you know that they are known as Ipob, which stands as the indigenous people of Biafra. They have come out to applaud their women, who took to the streets the other day to protest for the release of their leader, who is Nnamdi. Of course, you know that some time ago, by the appeal court verdict, that Nnamdi was discharged. But after that discharge, he has not been released since then. And there has been a kind of loggerhead and chaos, happening between the indigenous people of Biafra and the Attorney General of the Federation, who said that Kanu was only discharged but not acquitted, and the case from the appeal court has been taken up to the Supreme Court, where the final decision is being taken in any court matters. But Nnamdi, his lawyer, and also his counsels, and the rest of the people that are following him, has come out to say that that is a wrong idea, that Kanu has already been discharged by the appeal court, that on that note that he should be allowed to go home, that holding him again is a kind of going against the rule of law. Now, Malami, who is also the Attorney General of the Federation, is a lawyer, and I believe that he understands the terms and conditions and also the rules and protocols that guards the judicial angle of the nation. But on that note, he has come out to say that Kanu was only discharged but not acquitted, and because of that Kanu will still be remanded in the DSS detention, and currently Kanu has not been released. He is still currently in the DSS detention as as we speak now. And the women of Abia State, gathered up in Aba and has protested that their leader be released. And the spokesperson, who is Ima Powerful, has, on behalf of Mazen and the Kanu and the rest of them, has applauded the women who came out to protest for the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. And currently now they have protested, and it was a peaceful protest. Nobody died, nobody was hurt, and I don't think that the security operatives interfered in what they are actually doing. So I think that they are also saying that this is their right to self-will, and they should be released. Their leader should be released. That what their leader is fighting for is that he is not a terrorist, but only a freedom fighter, and he is fighting for the freedom of his people. That his people should go from the nation that is marginalizing them, and they have decided that they are not going to give up, that no matter what cruel way, what cruel action that the federal government is meeting on them, that no matter what happens, that they are not going to give up. And these are only women. Of course, you should know that the protests did not involve men. It was only women of Abia State who came together in Aba to protest for the release of their leader. And I don't know what gave these women the courage. I don't know what gave these women the courage to come out on the street of Aba, to protest that their leader should be released from the DSS detention, since the appeal court has discharged him. But Malami, who is the Attorney General of the Federation, said that Kanu was only discharged but was not acquitted, that there are still charges that were held against him even before he started answering the case of extraordinary rendition from Kenya. Because, of course, you know that some time ago, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was extraordinary rendition from Kenya. And the appeal court has come to agreement to that Kanu was actually extraordinary rendition from Kenya, and on that note, he was discharged. But the Attorney General of the Federation said that Kanu was only discharged but not acquitted, that he still has other cases that are tied upon his neck even before the extraordinary rendition. He's stating that Kanu jumped bail and he ran away. But Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's counsel, Ifeanyi Ejimako, and the rest of them are saying that Kanu only escaped just for his life, that about the military invaded his hometown, his father's compound in Afaruku, Ibeku, where about 28 or 30 people lost their lives in that invasion. And suddenly, and somehow, Kanu managed to escape that invasion. And the lawyer is saying that it is only he that has life that will be able to stand and defend this case. And Kanu is answering to his case today because he is still alive in the land of the living, that he should be released since the appeal court has discharged him. And the council, Thomas and the Kanu, they are all saying that if Kanu is still held in the DSS detention, it means that Malami is trying to, go against the court rule for being a lawyer, that he should understand, what that entails. But Malami says that the issue that concerns Kanu is an issue that threatens the national security, and when it comes to national security, that one man is nobody to whatever that affects the nation, that the nation should be put into consideration first before any other thing. So since Kanu is one man and the nation is a big nation, that the nation should be put into consideration first. But of course, I think Malami should also understand that the matters and the issue that concerns Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not only on Mazen Nnamdi Kanu alone. This is issue that concerns a group of people and a particular race that have determined that what they want for themselves is to, leave the nation whereby they find themselves, that they want a new place. So this is what is currently happening now. And Kanu is still remanded in the DSS detention. Kanu is still in the DSS detention, and he has not been released. And that is why Aba women are protesting that Kanu should be released. Of course, you still remember, if you're a political science student, you remember about women's protest long time ago, about 1990 something or thereabout, where about women protested for what was happening in the country then. I think the blood of Aba women, they have a strong blood, and the blood of that protest long time ago has still been activated, because it is still moving in the same vein, and also in the generation of the same people that did the protest. So let me wind down the curtain here. Don't forget that you are still on Emissary News. We bring you the most of the top news that happen all over the world. We bring you the best of the news. If this is your first time on this channel, just hit that subscription button for me. Just hit the like button, the notification you should on it, so that whenever our news drop, you will be the first to receive it. Share it.